Hello sir, Ohayo gozaimasu. I'm just going to present to you lang sir para may idea po kayo about my research. So basically the title of my research po is Psychological Wellbeing and Conscientiousness among College Teachers in Davao City. So I have two variables here, sir. I have my independent variable, my this is psychological well-being, and my dependent variable, which is conscientiousness. So I'm going to show to you, sir, the framework of the study just for you to be guided. Actually, sir, na-build na po siya and I already revised all the necessary revision set by the panel. So this is the framework. As what you can see here, sir, I have here psychological well-being, which has six factors. So this is my predictor variable. I have six factors here, which are autonomy, environmental mastery, personal growth, positive relations with others, purpose in life, and self-acceptance, which can affect or predict conscientiousness. So this is my dependent variable or my outcome variable. So I have two subfacets under conscientiousness or being diligent, which are industriousness and orderliness. So my main participants po are college teachers. I already gathered 180 participants for this research. Also, I also will be including ANOVA one way, which I will be measuring age and years of teaching experience po. So I will compare no if there are differences. Okay. So for the statement of the problem, sir, the research aims to determine the relationship between psychological well-being and conscientiousness among college teachers in Davao City. So, these are the following SOP questions. What is the level of psychological well-being of college teachers in terms of the following, the six factors of psychological well-being? Ito po yung under sa theory ni Carol Riff. So, meron po siyang six factors. And the two these two variables po, I used a structured test for this po to measure the level of psychological well-being as well as conscientiousness. So, number two po is what is the level of conscientiousness of college teachers in terms of industriousness and orderliness. So, I use the test by D. Young, Kilty, for this po. So it is already validated and been used to several studies already, sir. So number three po is there a significant relationship between psychological well-being and conscientiousness? So dito na po yung Pearson-R correlation. Number four, the psychological well-being predicts conscientiousness among college teachers. So I believe this will uh, multiple regression analysis po will be used. Okay. Number five, does the level of psychological well-being significantly differ when employees are grouped according to age and years of teaching experience? So ANOVA, analysis of variance, will be used for this SOP question. Number six, sir, is does the level of conscientiousness significantly differ when employees are grouped according to age and years of experience? So, ANOVA din po dito, sir. Number 5 and number 6. Number 7, which among the six factors of psychological well-being best predicts conscientiousness facets? So, well, basically, sir, in this question, I'm trying to figure out po, so kung saan sa six factors na to, yung makaka-predict talaga ng conscientiousness. Okay, so we have six factors, no, under sa theory ni Carol Riff. Sa test po niya, sir, meron pong mga subscales. Actually, I'm using subscales, Likert scales po silang dalawa. I'm trying to figure out saan po dito yung may pinakamataas na value which could predict conscientiousness. Kaya po ako gagamit ng multiple regression analysis. Okay, so ito po yung framework na gagamitin ko. And number 8, based on the findings, what enhancement program can be developed? So dito na po yung enhancement or yung intervention program based po sa magiging outcome ng SOP question 7. Okay? So ito po yung hypothesis ko, mga null hypothesis po yung mga ginamit ko dito. And for the method of my study, I'm going to use comparative method. This is a cross-sectional study po pala. So, a descriptive, correlational, and comparative research designed to analyze the quantitative data to be gathered among college teachers in Davao City. So this design enables the researcher to examine presenting variables and assess their statistical relationships. So sa questionnaire po, dun po sa survey ko po, I have grouped the age po into two, which are 22 to 30 and 31 to 55. Yun po yung grouping ko for the age. So I will be trying to compare, no? And the years of teaching experience po, I also group this from 6 months to 4 years ata yun, and 5 years to 10 years. Basta dalawa-dalawa lang po yung grouping ko for the comparative for the ANOVA. So, um, the study site in Davao City, the participants po are quota sampling po. So, nag na-reach ko naman po yung quota na 180 participants, which is already good, no? So for the data measures, ito po yung mga questionnaires na aking gagamitin, no? The instruments, I will use the survey type scales, which are psychological well-being scale. 18 item po siya, no? This is also used in many studies already, so na-establish na po yung kanyang validity. And the Big Five Aspect Scale or the BFAS Conscientiousness 20 Item Scale by DeYoung, Kilty, and Peterson to measure the level of conscientiousness. So this test po, meron po siyang dalawang subfacets, which is orderliness and industriousness. Just like this one po, meron po siyang 6 factors na mami-measure. Okay? So, ito po yung mga test na talagang nag-prove na meron na talaga siyang validity and reliability. So, also sir, if you could see my manuscript, meron pong mga features and scoring of the psychological well-being. Dito po ako medyo nahihirapan sir because meron po kasing mga part na parang i-reverse mo yung score. So, to calculate the subscale score of for each participant, get the average mean of the respondents' answers to each subscale item. So, sana po ma-help niyo po ako dito in terms of interpreting the outcome, no? So, I also attach, sir, yung survey report in Excel file para po makita ninyo yung naging turnout ng uh, mga responses ng mga participants. So, gumawa na rin po ako, sir, ng descriptive interpretation of the scores and psychological well-being. So, ito po yung mean range and yung descriptive rating nila plus yung interpretation. Kung low ba siya, slightly low, fair, moderate, slightly high, and very high. So, also, sir, meron din po siya sa Big Five Aspect Scale that measures conscientiousness. Meron din po siyang interpretation. So, gumawa rin po ako, sir, no? So, meron din po siyang mean range and descriptive rating and interpretation. Okay. So, basically, sir, yung sa results na lang din po yung challenge sa akin kasi dito po ako nahihirapan. Medyo kailangan ko po ng guidance for this, sir. For the data analysis, sir, ito po yung medyo kailangan ko talaga ng help kasi hindi ako masyado familiar in terms of statistics. So, if okay din po sir if yung SPSS Amos yung ating gagamitin for this. Sana po sir ma-help niyo po ako kasi medyo mahirap siya or hindi, wala pa po akong masyadong prior knowledge into inputting the data, no? Para magkaroon ako ng tables, yung mga kailangan ng mga tables. So Pearson R po, to be used in the study for analyzing the data to measure and determine the relationship of the two quantitative variables. And also multiple regression analysis will be performed to predict and determine the strength of the relationship between the 6 factors of psychological well-being. Yung 6 factors po towards the 2 facets of conscientiousness, yung industriousness and orderliness. So ito po yung medyo heavy. ito po yung kailangan nating malaman kung saan po sa mga 6 factors na to yung makaka-predict talaga ng conscientiousness in terms of its 2 facets, no, industriousness and orderliness. Sana po clear po yung aking conceptual framework, no, at saka one-way analysis of variance din po to determine the significant differences of psychological well-being and conscientiousness kapag nag-group po siya into age and years of teaching experience. So yun po sir, basically sa framework lang din po talaga mag-based, no, and yung SOP questions is ma-answer siya. So sa results po kailangan ko lang i-present yung data. So meron pong akong guide, no? So, galing po to sa friend ko. Ito po yung guide niya, which is tapos na po siya sa kanyang thesis. So, actually, sir, yung the way I structured, the way yung mga pinili kong analysis, no? So, naka-base po talaga sa kanya para hindi po ako mahirapan, no? So, at least meron lang po akong guidance. Ang kailangan ko lang talaga, sir, is yung mga tables, like this one, sir, yung this one, yung mga may mga demographic profile, may mga percentage, frequency range, parang gi-tailor fit ko po sa kanya yung mga analysis na ginamit ko sa aking research para may guidance po ako when I start writing. Also, sir, yung interpretation din po as well with the scales, yung level of yung level of psychological well-being, nandito rin po, sir. So, inelaborate ko this, naka-elaborate po siya dito, sir. So, naka-present po sa table. Sana, sir, makita niyo po ito na file, no? I-send ko rin po to sa inyo, sir, para meron lang po kayong guidance po or something na basis po kung paano po or kung ano yung mga tables na kailangan. Like this one, table 4. So, may mga ganito pong parts, R value, P value, and standard error, beta, sig, yung mga ganito, sir. So, yung sa kanya po, sir, is social well-being, while sa akin po is psychological well-being. Okay. And meron din po siyang comparative, no, sa classmate ko before. So, ito po yung kanyang nagamit. So, parang ginaya ko lang siya, iniba ko lang yung mga variables para hindi po ako mahirapan din. Sana, sir, ma-help nyo ako sa tables like this, no? If kailangan po ba siya or meron po kayong ibang na iisip on how to present the multiple regression analysis results and ANOVA results and yung pagtahi po sa discussion. Siyempre, itatahi na po yung results with the RRL or yung sa literature. So, ayun, sir. Sana may guidance kayo, sir, or something lang, sir. Basically po, yung gusto ko lang talaga malaman, sir, no, with my research is, this is a cross-sectional study, sir, is if may relationship po ba yung psychological well-being ng mga teachers in terms of their diligence sa kanilang trabaho in teaching practice. So, nakaka-apekto ba yung well-being nila, no, which is the overall functioning their uh, towards their diligence sa kanilang trabaho bilang teachers. Gusto ko po malaman if may relationship po ba yun, kung if meron man, no, so syempre I would making an intervention or an enhancement program kung saan sa mga factors yung kailangan pa i-enhance, no, to help the teachers improve the quality of teaching nila and on how they could improve the outcomes, no, yung tinatawag nating student outcomes, to foster also work facilitation and encourage higher student outcomes. So, yun lang, sir. Sana po ma-help niyo po ako, sir. Medyo kabado lang ako and pressured, no, with this challenge in making the results. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting po. And God bless you, sir. Yun lang po. Thank you. Goodbye.